want to first begin by just acknowledging my mom. This is the first, for this campaign, the State Senate campaign, it's the first event she's been at because of the pandemic. And she's made a bigger impact on my life than anybody in the world. Very grateful, and it's very special for me for her to be here. So thank you, Mom. I want to acknowledge my wife and daughter. My wife is Bessie, and my daughter is Maya. She's 2.5 years old. So thank you for being here. And then I want to acknowledge our Loma Linda City Council member, Bob Angelo. He's a good friend for many years, and I'm very proud of him on all of the trajectory and everything that he's doing in his career as well. And Baljeet Kaur. Baljeet was introduced to me through Bob, and thank you so much for just your mentorship, your guidance, and your involvement here. It's again, our friendship that we've developed really means a lot. And it's Mr. Joe Sandhu. Joe has been just a very extraordinary friend, and your family has been one of the biggest supporters of this event. $5,000 came from your family, and I really want to just express my gratitude to you and your family for all that support. So thank you so much. So I want to just begin by just sharing a little bit about myself and why it is I'm running for this. It's an extraordinary thing to feel the sense of support and the graciousness for me of what the Sikh community represents. As Baljeet mentioned, it's not about the percentage of population. It's a matter of just the respect and the credibility and the passion that all of you bring to whatever you do, and I'm very humbled by that. And so I'm born and raised here in the Inland Empire. My mom basically raised me and my two younger sisters by herself. My parents divorced when I was young, and so we had a very difficult life. My mom worked at an assembly line, raising my sisters and I. So we had a lot of challenges growing up, but we were very fortunate, for her, the sacrifices that she made for us. And so I also was fortunate that I had a lot of good mentors in the community. I made it a point to seek guidance and mentorship from key people in the community, and that helped me develop to become the person that I am. And so I went away for college. I earned my bachelor's degree at UC Berkeley, and then I earned my executive master and doctorate of policy, planning and development degrees from USC. And because of my connection back here, even though I had many job offers to stay in Los Angeles or the Bay Area, I wanted to come back home. My wife and I will have been married 10 years on March 29th. And I mentioned my daughter also. I want my daughter to grow up here in this community, right? And I want to retire in this community. This is my home, regardless of any title or position I ever have. To me, this is home for me. It's very special. And so since I've been back here, I founded the Center for Economic Development and Innovation at UC Riverside. And it's all about attracting jobs and investment, entrepreneurship, and that's how Bhavin and I got to know each other. He interned for me at that center. And then I got elected on the Riverside School Board in 2015. And I know a lot of people would ask me, why are you running for school board? Why aren't you running for city council or county supervisor or other things? And the reason is because I think for us it's easier to understand, because in our culture, education is the most important thing. We all know that. And so for other people, they might not understand why would you put so much attention there, but for me, that's my passion is, and the fact that it's made such a huge impact on my life, right? Not just my personal education, but the UCR role. I've been involved in education for such a long time. And so one of my friends here, Dr. Sanjay Patel and Jag Patel, they actually know me through the school district. Jag is one of the leaders in the Parents Association, it's PTA, and Dr. Patel is a local business owner here in San Bernardino. And Helen Tran, who just came in, and her husband. Helen is candidate for San Bernardino mayor, so I'll introduce her in a moment too. But my point is, education was what was important to me, because I know that for us, if our children, our grandchildren, and our community, if our families are getting a good quality education, there's no limit to what we can accomplish, right? In terms of business, in terms of service, whatever it is. So that's what drove me to be on the school board, and it's been a big honor. It's one of the largest school districts in California. Riverside School District governs 50 public schools. And so it's been a very significant responsibility, especially during this pandemic where we've had many challenges that we're dealing with. As Joe mentioned, I am appointed by Governor Gavin Newsom as the chairman of the California Workforce Development Board. So this position, it's a $6 billion system on job training, getting people back to work. So anybody who's looking for jobs, they can get apprenticeships, they can get training opportunities. We have over 200 America Job Centers throughout California, including one here in San Bernardino. And these are opportunities, again, for people to get employment. For me, it's first part is people get educated, and then with education, people get opportunities for employment. That's where I've dedicated my public service is in those spaces. And that's what I'm passionate about. And so I got recruited by many state and local leaders to run for the state Senate seat recently, where based on the current district where I live, which is the Corona, Norco, Eastvale, Jurupa Valley, Riverside, Moreno Valley, Paris, that's the current district boundaries. The state senator that represents that area, his name is Richard Roth, he finished his last re-election due to term limits. So what that means is, that he can't seek re-election anymore. There's a limit to how long somebody serves in office. So it's an open seat. Anybody, anybody that's qualified in that area can run. And so a lot of people encourage me to get out in front and get involved early. So I'm very fortunate that the Lieutenant Governor, the Attorney General, the Secretary of State, the California Treasurer, California Controller, these are very significant statewide elected official leaders in California. All of them have endorsed me already, including many other over 20 local elected officials, including the state senator in this area, Connie Leyva, who represents this area, San Bernardino area. She's also endorsed me. So to me, I take that as a very significant responsibility. My passion, again, is to serve and to be of service, to all of you. But having the support of these people helps position us to be successful. Because for me, I want to make you proud, whether it's as a Punjabi brother or as a, South Asian, however we want to frame it. But the thing is, it's the basis of supporting someone should not be based on purely because of where they come from, right? We value meritocracy, we value competence, experience, and for me, that is a non-negotiable thing. I pride myself in having put in the work, understanding the issues, as Bhavin mentioned earlier, so that we don't just potentially, it's one thing to get elected to office, because theoretically anybody can win regardless of qualifications, right? But we want to make sure that whoever we're supporting in our community, that they can make us proud, right? And I want to make all of you proud. I want to make sure that I don't just get into the position, but that I represent you honorably. That's what motivates me, and that's what I'm passionate about. So we're in a very strong position. This is a little bit of an unusual time because every 10 years there's the census, and what that means is the U.S. government tracks all of the population changes throughout the country, and so the political boundaries of different offices, they change. If more people have moved in one area, they need to change the boundaries. So we're going through that process right now. So it'll be over before the end of December. So then I'll know exactly where the area I'll be representing. But the important thing is that it doesn't matter where the boundaries are. I am responsive to all of you. I'm here to serve all of you, and it won't make any difference to me whether you live in that boundary or not. I mentioned what the boundary was currently. The new boundary that's currently in draft form includes San Bernardino now, Colton, up to 15 freeway to Muscoy, and then it's on the Riverside side. It includes a portion of Riverside, Moreno Valley, Paris, And so we'll see what it ends up being. But again, I'm very grateful because for all of you, for you to believe in me, it puts us in a position where we're prepared. No matter what the situation with the boundary, no matter if the election's in this upcoming June or in 2 years from now, we will be ready for whatever the scenario is. And so I hope that that gives you some sense of who I am and my candidacy. But I'd love to answer questions and get to know all of you. And I don't want to monopolize all the conversation, but hopefully that gives you a sense of where I'm at. And again, I can't express to you the level of gratitude I have for believing in me and getting involved at this stage. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just very, very grateful to all of you, Mr. Singh. And the service that he does as a public service to keeping our community informed is extraordinary. And we had the Attorney General recently here that he was also featured in that. So thank you for that.
Yes. No problem.
But just thank you. And I know that Baljit mentioned earlier Nachattar Singh, Chandi Singh. He's not able to be here, but he's gonna either match or raise the amount that was raised here. So very grateful to him and his friendship. And so again, very grateful to all of you. I just know that I'm working very hard. He mentioned I'm not going to be able to sleep. I haven't been able to sleep much. I'm working very, very hard to, again, make all of you proud and for us to be